What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Valium's Reactions. This is another episode, another fun episode, and by episode I also mean not only do you get this in video form, but you can go get the audio form in podcast form on all of your podcast players today. Sometimes I feel like I forget to mention that, but it is important. It is important. But of course, today, guys, we are actually going to be looking at one of my favorite bands of all time. I would say of all time until their more recent stuff. Now, I liked everything they've done up until the last 2 or 3 albums, but this song here specifically, one of my favorites, and it is from a phenomenal album as well. The whole album really transitioned me as far as a musician, and it really made my love for guitar and drums that much stronger. So let's do this with Miss May I. Apologies for the weak. Now see, the initial build, that intro build is so fucking good. It's so good because you initially think, you're like, hey, does this turn down? I can hardly hear it. I must turn it up. It turns out it's already pretty fucking loud. Unbelievably heavy. It feels like there's nothing much like this anymore. And I realize this is the early stages of my channel and podcast, but I like revisiting some of these things because maybe some of the new things we find will end up, being better than this, and they're still making music, because I don't know if a lot of these bands are consistently producing. But what I do know is these are some of my favorite older songs, and I like sharing them with you guys. Now, the one thing that does make these bands change, it boils down to the vocalist. And that's because the vocalist tends to change. But if they don't change, then the music remains, it's still good. It still grows. But if the vocalist changes even a little bit, like they can't do their highs the same, or their lows are a little less low, you start to be like, I can't, sorry guys. Sorry, too different for me. The other thing I noticed too is the drumming. If a band changes the drummer too much, like he's a way different, then everything changes. If the drums change, that changes the tempo of the band, that changes the feel. But I was also going to say, if the fills are different, then everything's going to be a little bit stranger, and it's going to be noticeable. Now, I can say it truthfully, even if there's just subtle changes, like the drummer or the vocalist gets a little different, you can still appreciate it. You can still enjoy it. No sense in taking that away from yourself or them, because they work to that point, and it's all about growth. I don't know how people can listen to this and not feel some type of way. You get energy. You get energized. You're ready to go. You could walk through a wall. You could drink 7 Cokes. The world is your oyster. Oyster? I don't know, but we're going to leave it in. Now that double bass pedal, wow. The double bass pedal in itself is worthy of... And also this too, you got to remember, when the producers change, if this band took their first 3 albums and did it somewhere else, different than the albums that they're doing now, it can sound majorly different, because they're going to focus on, oh, we want the guitars to be louder here, or we want the drums to be louder here. So there are those variations where you're like, damn it, just one little thing is amiss in this album, or one little thing is amiss in the song or video. It's never all of them, because there are still things that you enjoy about every one. You're like, oh, this part's awesome, I like that. It's not all bad. You like them for some reason. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here listening to this. It might be annoying to say that even though this is super simple, and most people that listen to music, especially this type of music, they'll agree. This is very simple. This is simple metal. It's virtually just a consistent breakdown and some chanting vocals and some nice screams. But that doesn't mean that it's not good. They made it to where they are because of what they do, and they've grown since then. That's why they are different now. But overall, it's the feeling. It's the vibe. You don't even have to know a single word of what they're actually saying to enjoy the song. See, how can you not like that? How can you not like that? Like I said, even if you don't understand the words, there's a feeling. And that feeling, my friends, is good. So fucking good. Just one of my favorite songs. Even if I hadn't listened to the rest of the album, I would still love this song. Everybody has one. But this is just, I think this is one of the first tracks on the whole album. And it's murderous, as you can see. Just sheer brutality. One of a kind. Just phenomenal shit. Just great stuff. Great stuff overall. And like I said, this is just the beginning of the channel, you guys. So I'm just picking things. I'm just randomly picking things. I'm trying to put a bunch out because I like doing this. This is fun. I like reintroducing myself to some old music I haven't heard in a while, as well as some new music never intended on hearing. But this is the Volumes Reaction channel, and I thank you so much for hanging out. We're a podcast as well. Find us everywhere. Just type in Volumes Podcast or Volumes Reaction on YouTube. All of those things. You guys are fantastic.